Then you got Solitude and Massacre thrown on top of that, who are just very, very good Dota 2 players themselves. And this is one of these teams that's somewhat newly formed, but I really think a lot of people need to start paying attention to in the European scene, or should possibly, at least more in the near future as this new season is upon us here. So, anyways, they're here to somewhat prove themselves in a best-of-1 against a team that on the brackets they're known as Team Ted Ujo, I'm not even sure exactly how to pronounce it. Anyways, they're known as European Love Story as well, apparently, in game. I don't know if there's just trolling going on or whatever. It seems like that there is somewhat. But the point is, we'll just simply call them the Radiant side over here and see how they perform. But this is a round of 16, so obviously a bit of a grind to get here. Now, yes, you heard me right. This is the American qualifiers. There's been a little bit of drama, to say the least, with these American qualifiers. Well, here in the round of 16, I'm pretty sure there's actually only 5, maybe 6 American teams at the most. All the other teams either from CIS or Europe, from my understanding. So, yeah, but again, according to the rules, teams are allowed to do that, even if they're participated in the European qualifiers. Go figure. But that's a topic for another day. Let's focus more in on what we actually have going on in front of us right here. So, the picks on our way. Let's take a look. We got the initial bands, by the way. Drow, Batrider. We had then Storm Spirit and Invoker bands coming out for the Dire. We have Wisp, Sand King, Razor, and Faceless Void taken out by the Radiant side. We had Shadow Demon, I want to say was the first pick. Slaughter Lifestealer coming out for the Radiant side over here. So they get the Infest Bomb combination taken care of right off the bat right here. Get their offlane presence, get their core and Lifestealer in that short lane most likely. Pretty obvious roles, but definitely a strong duo of heroes. So Luna is then the immediate response from Solitude. So they want to make sure to kind of get that synergy of the Shadow Demon with the Luna pickup, creating those illusions and doing a lot of work with them as a result. Now, Luna, of course, will need plenty of farm to be able to make those illusions pretty powerful, but that's going to be the idea. Build the lineup around here that allows her to build that farm. Right now, they got a pretty good lineup for that. Winter Wyvern picked up, as well as now the Axe. Speaking of that, kind of another hero, actually, that can be pretty good for creating illusions of both farming and pushing out camps and whatnot, so, or pushing out lanes even. So, going to be interesting to see that synergy there come into play. But yeah, the Winter Wyvern for some saving presence. Obviously, the ultimate he brings to the table as well with that Winter's Curse. Maybe not necessarily the most prime target. That's going to be very, very powerful for getting assisted damage out of. But just in general, it can be a strong crowd control tool. And obviously great for teamfight presence. And then you have Axe on top of that again, as mentioned here. So Axe, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Massacre plays a pretty damn good Axe himself, so I would not be surprised if we see that in his hands here, going to be playing it. But now they're thinking about their final ban. You see Shadow Fiend taken out as the final ban, by the way, on the side of Radiant right here. So they're assuming they still need their mid. Makes a lot of sense with what they have, of course. So Mickey, their mid player, we'll see what he's able to get his hands on here. As we know it's not going to be Invoker or Storm Spirit or Shadow Fiend now. Going to have to be something else. So is OD still on the table? OD is still on the table. Wondering if that's going to be an option they're thinking about. Well, that's an option they're thinking about banning, apparently, as they ban out the OD right there. So now their actual final pick is to come. Puck is going to be their final pick. Can't say I'm too surprised with that one. It kind of almost seems like one of that. Well, duh. Maybe should have guessed that one there. But yeah, Puck coming out. Again, Mickey, what I know him as a player that he is not afraid of yellow. This is a guy, one of these aggressive players in this middle role. He reminds me a lot of somebody like a Sumail. And I know, a lot of this Dota scene may kind of laugh at that, like, oh, you're trying to compare a new guy on the scene to a guy that's clearly established. But honestly, in the sense that she's just like this really younger guy that just frankly doesn't give a shit. It's just to put it bluntly right there. And I feel like that's kind of the play style he works with here. And so I'm excited to see his Puck play here. Again, expecting him to be playing that hero. Now, the final pick for the Radiant side right here, what do they still need? They got their supports taken care of most likely. Now, there's this idea of the core Warlock, the core lock, as my co-caster earlier was suggesting on the European region that we were casting over there, for Imperial specifically. But from my experience, we've been seeing a lot of Warlock lately, and he's pretty much always been support. I've yet to see actually a core lock come into play. So, is it Wyvern? Really? Have I been saying it wrong this whole time? Winter Wyvern? Okay, I'll do my best to pronounce Winter Wyvern. Anyways, a final pick, so I'm expecting more of the more the middle here most likely to come out. Again, you saw the OD banned by Solid Dude, so that's also what their belief happens to be. So, you know, we've seen a little bit of Sniper, and I don't know if he necessarily makes a whole lot of sense at this point. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like it, actually. So, I don't know if we're going to be seeing the Sniper pick. What about like a TA here? Maybe it could be a decent option for this Radiant side. I got plenty of time to think about it, that's for sure. Again, this is only a best-of-1 series. We still have a couple more rounds before we get into those best-of-3s, this being the round of 16. So the semifinals, or the round of 4, is where we get into the best-of-3 series. By the way, let me pull up the bracket real quickly. We're waiting for that next pick. What was it, Dragonite? Really, Dragonite coming out. All right, they go Dragonite with their 5th and final pick right there. So get some nice assisted tower damage, and oh, I just got disconnected. Awkward. Hopefully I can reconnect. No! The technical issues are real. Is it actually loading back in? Was that? I think it might still be loading back in. That's good. Okay. I was going to pull the brackets right here to kind of give an idea of what other teams are still in these qualifiers. Again, I always use Liquipedia for all my information, so here we go, as you can see. We got, so Solid Dudes versus Teddy Ujo. That's the match we're covering. The winner of this will play Not Today versus Power Rangers. Some noticeable teams there. I believe Not Today from South America, if I'm not mistaken. Power Rangers, not sure exactly. Where would Power Rangers be from? Okay, they're one of these many European teams in the American qualifiers even. Kai P, I know a team that a lot of people are looking forward to. They're playing Sagi Mitz, actually. I'm actually genuinely curious to see that one, too, because Sagi Mitz happens to be Tralfamador and his team. Of course, I'm good buddies with Tralf over there, so I'm excited to see how he does. Kai P, though, on the other hand, a team that, once again, that people I know are rooting for, with the likes of Sing Sing, Bone 7, and crew over there. So that should be a fun one to keep an eye on and see how that plays out. All right, it looks like we did get back into this game. Thank God. Here we go into the early game here.
The battle begins.
All right, so the rune control to start things off. Looks like both teams going to get their runes and get the hell on out of there. As far as the lanes go, again, it's nothing really too out of the box right here. They're trying doing some nice creep blocking for the Dragonite mid. Winter Wyvern. What is he looking to do? Or maybe get a ward down in this middle area. It does have the one observer on him, as well as a couple sentries. Levels up that Arctic burn initially. Not going to place anything just yet, though. So it will be the Puck versus the Dragonite middle. I got to think Puck should have a pretty good time in this matchup, especially if Winter Wyvern, excuse me. God, Winter Wyvern just seems like it makes so much more sense. Winter Wyvern right here, supporting in the middle lane. They get 163 pretty damn low, but he'll end up surviving. Just simply breathes fire. Didn't that used to be called Dragon Breath, I swear? Maybe not. Anyways, breathe fire coming out. He's going to be fine, though. Other Titan also finding Insania over here, who happens to be playing that Winter Wyvern. So, top lane, Slardar. Going to be somewhat boxed out by the Shadow Demon here, no surprise. Going to open up that farm for Luna. Meanwhile, Nyx, a.k.a. Lifestealer, he's just doing the free farm at the bottom lane. Axe, with that Iron Talon, takes out a camp. So, yeah, Massacre playing the Axe, as expected, from my understanding. I believe I've seen a couple of games with him. Both Massacre and Solitude, excuse me, as they get the kill at the top lane. That's killing a slaughter right there between Shadow Demon and Luna. Welcome to me. For those that don't know me from Heroes of New Earth, I actually am infamous for missing known as Bloodlust kills, a.k.a. First Blood kills. So, no surprise there. No one react to that, just simply as expected. No, I do apologize. I'm going to do my best to try to not to miss 4 kills like that. But I was kind of going on a point right there and got distracted. Massacre as well as Solitude, they both participated in the WESG event themselves on their respected teams. And they both, I believe, actually ended up both doing pretty well individually as far as their performances there. So, again, very sound players themselves, and they're going to run into Elder Titan right here. Uh-oh, Insania coming over. with those auto attacks of the Arctic Burn, and that should be enough damage. Axe gets credit. That's probably the worst case as well for Elder Titan. You're there to harass the Elder Titan and kind of force him out of the jungle, or even just at least keep him busy. You don't want to give him kills, though. That just kind of defeats the whole purpose, I think is safe to say. So, well played by the Winter Wyvern especially to come on over and assist. But you got to think, I mean, I don't know what Elder Titan was really thinking. Not really necessarily the most escape-heavy hero either. So, he just simply gets caught, as tanky as he is, not able to get away. Mickey middle lane. He should be fine here. Has a phase shift if need be, but he's going to use it right there, time it perfectly, and continue to harass the Elder Titan out of the lane. Has that illusory orb. Not going to be enough for a kill, though, but he's just putting an auto attack, so make it confident with his limits right here. Has the full bottle charge is good to go as well. So 2-minute rune is still here. It's an arcane rune at the bottom lane. Bottom spot, even. But yeah, the kill on the slaughter earlier on has kind of forced him out of the top lane somewhat. Now farming a bit of the jungle himself here. Looks like Axe going to go with on purpose killing himself to the jungle. Looks like it. But yeah, Winter Wyvern with that cold embrace. Could be clutch for saving a teammate, especially with the Slaughter Infest Bomb with the Life Stealer. Oh, they're going to collapse on a Mickey right here, or Earth Spirit is, but he's going to take too much damage himself, and he goes down the illusory port. And now here comes Slaughter. No, not going to happen. Mickey does get caught. He actually did not pour with it. I thought he did for a second, but he could not port in time, and he could not get away as a result. Haste Rune picked up by Dragon Knight, meanwhile. And so as nice of a kill that was on the Elder Titan, unfortunately it does result in his death right there. So that's the YOLO-esque Mickey that I know and love. Luna up here, last hit-wise, 25-7, doing fantastic. Nick's actually doing even that much better, 34-10 at the bottom lane. As we essentially have a 2 versus 2 lane is what's been going on. I mean, Elder Titan, yes, he was in the jungle there for a little bit, but he has been hanging out in the middle, obviously, for quite some time here. So that middle matchup, 24-8 Puck versus a 16-2 Dragon Knight. So yeah, not too surprising to see the Puck ahead here in that middle. But Lifestealer already with the early Blightstone. Well on his way to, I'm sure, what's going to be an armlet here. It seems like you get that armlet on him, and especially having that Slaughter. Ideally, Slaughter has a Blink Dagger shortly after that, if not similar timing, and then you just start making the moves. Now, Slaughter, I don't know if we should expect that here. Elder Titan, though, again going to be caught here at the top lane. He is in trouble. Out comes a Fatal Bonzo from Warlock, but it's not nearly enough to save him. And he'll just walk it off. So, yeah, Warlock only being level 5. Well, he is level 5, I guess. Actually, a higher level than I thought he was going to be, but still. I think he might have been level 4 at the time. But point is, not nearly enough to save his teammate. The Shadow Word, not strong enough of a heal there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And there's Power Trips finished by Solitude on Solid Dudes. Such a clever name. Buck picks up that rune right there. It's back towards middle. See what kind of build he chooses to go for here. Regen rune bottom. Looks like Dragon Knight's going to be able to make control of that, despite no vision. He'll gladly find that there. And pick that right up. There's the Helm of the Iron Will. So on his way to the armlet now. How is Slaughter doing? Yeah, just got his Tranquil Boots. Going to be finishing a Magic Wand here, it looks like, possibly. Yeah, I've seen this quite a bit. Yeah, I know this is probably pretty standard play of this solo, but just the idea of dropping the boots while you're farming the jungle and then picking them right back up as soon as you finish to
Radiant's top tower is under
keep
attack.
them from actually activating in combat. Cooldown. Middle lane, Mickey. Just being harassed by the Elder Titan yet again. What else is new? Elder Dragon form is ready to go from the Dragon Knight. Warlock also behind. He's not level 6 just yet, so don't expect that Warlock Golem to be coming out. But there's the Dragon, or the Dargon, however you want to pronounce it.
Radiant's top tower is under
I
attack.
assume that we're going to see some kind of defense here if they really go all out for it. I mean, you see a push at the top lane from Solid Dudes. Meanwhile, Luna and Shadow Demon. But yeah, the middle tower is such a high priority, so can't see Solid Dudes just giving this up by any means.
Is under attack.
If they choose to try to push all the way through it, that is.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, Buck going to take the stun right there. It's just about below half life. Try to dodge it with the E right there. He goes in for the kill. Actually, Dream Cole's using the auto attacks. Yes, it gets the kill in the end. Well played, using that phase shift as well at the last second. So the initial juke wasn't successful, but it doesn't matter. Yes, Shadow Demon there to assist and secure the kill. Well played. In fact, Shadow Demon even credit for the kill on him. But beautiful bait on their part. And the tower, it's at 160 life, so out of deny range still. They do keep it alive is the important thing right there. So again, very well played
Dire's
on their
bottom
part.
tower is under attack.
Now let's switch over to that net worth now. You see Lifestealer leading the way. It's double damage by Puck here. And is he? That's not Puck. That's Winter Wyvern. He's coming to the top lane. Let's have that Arctic Bird to flank. He's going to use it right here. Go for Slardar. Is this going to be enough damage in the end? The beam stun. It's not going to be enough, though. In fact, Winter Wyvern needs to be careful now himself.
Dire's
He'll
bottom
fly
tower
out, though, and
is
be
under
fine.
attack.
The Spirit. Got to throw out the Stomp out of range, though. Oh, actually, he did catch Shadow Demon. Not think that was going to happen.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So trying to pressure that top tower now. You see bottom tower, Eunice here.
Radiant's top
Getting some
tower
good
is
damage
under
on that
attack.
bottom tower, but back to the top. We're definitely going to possibly even have some action up here. The way things are looking. Puck's coming out over. He does have that double damage still. He's going to activate it right there. Illusory Orb. He's going to try to catch. He has a Dream Coil as well.
Dire's
Oh, they've fallen
structures
back.
are fortified.
They pull the creep wave too, so it's preventing Solid Dudes from actually pushing it. And in the meantime, the bottom tower is going to fall right here. Unless they choose to defend it right now, that's not going to happen. So they're going to lose a bottom
Radiant's
tower.
top
Middle tower,
is under attack.
it's a good job right here by the Radiant side, actually, to delay it as long as possible. Are they going to go for the middle? Yes, they are. Dragonite isn't enough. Dream Coil comes out. Arctic Burn up. And there's the Dragon Form, though. Tanking up quite a bit. Axel, he's coming in. Battle Hunger applied.
Radiant's
Trying to get
top
here in time. The
tower
Stomp,
has
though,
been
from Elder
destroyed.
Titan, helping to save his teammate. And he ultimately makes the escape. There's the Blink Dagger purchase by Axe, but obviously did not have it in time to make a play right there. So, good get away from Dragonite. Could cause him to use the Elder Dragon form, but stays alive. And have a vote to pause here. One of those pauses and nothing else to be said, unless I'm in the wrong chat. Am I in the wrong chat? How do I change my chat again? Isn't there a way to, like... Oh, there we go. Okay, so I wasn't in the right chat. I just weren't saying anything. I thought there was, like, channels you could join. They might have been in the wrong one. Warlock's still not level 6, actually. God, he's a couple creep kills away. There's a taunt, meanwhile, on a 1-6-3 with that Berserker's Call. However, stun on a Puck in the background. Here comes Elder Titan. He's going to be silenced so as he runs in, acting like he's going to throw out a stomp. This is still on cooldown, though. Elder Titan getting low. Not enough spins, however. They're trying to live throughout this whole time. Fatal Pawns are applied. Winter Wyvern, the one that's going to fall in the end, as all 5 are here for the Radiant side. So they come together. The armlet on Lifestealer, as we see. So again, as expected, he gets that armlet, and all of a sudden he becomes involved within fights. Luna, not necessarily the same story. She still wants more farm here. Has the Morbid Mask, so the Helm of the Dominator being worked on here. Slaughter also going to be the next key element. 1,000 gold saved up. Let's get that Blink Dagger.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Him
under
and the
attack.
Lifestealer going to be a wrecking crew. That's the idea, at least. There is a smoke on Shadow Demon right here. Looks like one already used, though, on a Winter Wyvern as well as Axe. They're running up, trying to protect this Luna. Bait her, definitely. See, Port's coming in. Warlock is down here. He does have level 6 now. But you got to think they're smart enough to know something's up. I mean, Luna's not just pushing this by herself.
Radiant's
or
middle
losing,
tower is
fair
under
percent of her
attack.
life. There's the Berserker's call. It does catch Sart. No, it did not actually. It went back in, popped the crush. In comes the Warlock Golem off to the side, cutting off the supporting cast. There's a cold embrace, though, saving Massacre for the time being, but the nice sleep coming out on top of him. He drops to half-life immediately right there with the auto attack from the Lifestealer, but he ports out successfully, and the rest, they're on the run. Luna, though, oh, she's too close. Pops the Eclipse, as if I'm going to fight. Let's do it, baby. In comes Lifestealer, though, with that rage up. He's going to take the stun, though. The Winter's Curse on top of him. He will be fine, but in the background, Puck gets caught. The Dream Claw not nearly enough. He goes down. Luna and Puck both fall. Solidude's taking a fight that, frankly, they should not have. Massacre had already ported away. He was not anywhere to be seen. And they turned around and acted like they wanted to make a play right there. So now Shadow Demon, he's in trouble. He, too, will fall.
Dire's top tower
Can't
is
be
under
making those
attack.
decisions. Well played, though, by the Radiant side, meanwhile, as they completely capitalize. Yeah, fighting into the Warlock Golem like that, and really no one being that low on the Radiant side, that seemed a little ambitious there. It's, I don't know if that was an old team call or more so just Solitude kind of turning around and figuring like he would have been caught. I mean, I guess there's a possibility he would have been chased down, but it seemed like he kind of turned around and wanted to force the fight himself. So let's take a look at some charts here. Yeah, you see the earlier lead for Solitude. Solitude, that is. But things starting to shift now a little bit. Over 2,000 net worth lead and nearly a 2,000 experience lead here in favor of the Radiant side. There's the Blink Dagger now. On to Slaughter, meanwhile. Very key item. Another armlet picked up. This one on Dragonite, of course. This Lifestealer, he's looking really good here in the earlier game. Got a lot of free farm, net worth showing that. Luna still needs quite a bit herself once again. Has the helm of the Dominator. Yasha and eventually that Manta style going to be huge, as it usually tends to be. They almost want to make a player in the middle lane. They're going to go for it. Now there is support nearby. Is going to be enough. Under tight, not going to be enough. The axe comes through
Radiant's bottom tower is under
with
attack.
his cut there, and he gets the kill. The Coaling Blade.
Radiant's
On the name there for a
structures
second,
are
and he wants more, actually. We could be seeing more. Elder Titan again, going to get the stomp off. Catches Luna, actually, in the midst of it. Has a Eclipse, but could not get it off that whole time. She just charged him pretty recklessly. It felt like, oh no, Solitude see the line. What am I saying? He got put under. He will survive. He gets the Eclipse off, and it does do some good damage, but he falls in the long run. Puck also dead. Warlock dead throughout that. Massacre going back in. Berserker's call. He missed the call on a Slaughter. Only got Elder Titan. Buyback on a Warlock early on. He has his ultimate. That's why. And guess what? It is here. The Warlock Golem is real. Massacre will not get out either. Beautiful buyback from Warlock. Sets up 2 more kills in the end. And a 4 for nothing? 4 for 2. Okay, that makes a little more sense. I was going to say, that's right. They did get Dragon out at the beginning, and then the buyback on a Warlock. But a 4 for 2 still. Much more in favor of the Radiant side right there. Yeah, I thought Luna died off the bat, but just simply got put under with the disruption of Shadow Demon there initially. But Massacre in the background also not able to get the second taunt off that he was hoping for, the Berserker's call. Kind of set that trend in the favor of Radiant there for that fight. So this Blink Dagger on Axe, not nearly as effective as they're hoping for. And again, Luna still trying to finish their damage item, really. Just kind of get some more damage presence. Just having the Helm of the Dominator right now. This is where that difference comes into play of a Lifestealer compared to a Luna, really. As far as the impact in the game. I mean, sure, the Eclipse and her beam is obviously some solid earlier on damage, but as far as that physical damage, Lifestealer can get evolved. As soon as he gets that armlet, it feels like he's ready to go once again. So here goes that bomb. The infest inside of Slaughter.
is under attack.
We'll see who they find.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Guess what? They find Solitude. And you can tell Solitude is not liking this game much anymore. He was before. That is yet another death for him. That is what, his 3rd death, I want to say. Yeah, he's 0-3-4 right here. Cannot find any consistent farm right now, but that's definitely to the credit of this Radiant side. They really, they're most certainly aware of that as well, that Luna was going to be possibly relying on that idea. Not the case, though. You see 2,200 gold saved up on Puck, meanwhile. Has the makings of the Veil of Discord, but looks like he wants that Blink Dagger first.
Silence.
There is the Blink Dagger onto Puck. But a Roshan attempt, meanwhile, but it is being spotted by Seal Kid. Throws that poison out and gonna thwart them off from doing the Roshan, meanwhile. But again, you see the lead dove a little bit, but then goes right back up. So it seems like Solitude has someone climbing back in, and only to have it climb back up even further in favor of the Radiant side now. So they can only afford to have that happen a couple more times, maybe even one more time before this game just gets too out of hand. There, Yasha, it's coming for Solitude. That they're pretty content right now and figuring, okay, we actually need to get this Luna farmed up here, so let's make sure that happens, kind of deal. Get that vision down. You see the vision right now from the Dire side. This one going to be countered, unfortunately. Not much else here. As far as the Radiant vision. Oh, they're going to run into Shadow Demon meanwhile. That should be an easy kill, as it is. Mickey. Oh, Mickey got picked off, actually, and they do kill Shadow Demon. I thought he was dead there. That was Puck getting picked off over here in the meantime. He got killed by Lifestealer and Slaughter right there, who once again used that combination, I'm pretty sure, of the Infest inside him. Yes, they did. So 2 kills just like that, and now this tower, it's also going to fall here most likely. As you got the Dargon, as well as Lifestealer, pounded away with that Echo Saber now. And the Mithril Hammer in that stash. So the Desolator, very likely going to be in the works as well. He is really hard hitting. Yasha is delivered to Luna. She's going to run. Is she actually going to get away is the question. They do catch Axe off to the side. Pops the Eclipse right there. The bounce is good in the beginning, but not enough to kill it on Titan. Meanwhile, the taunt comes out on the Lifestealer. That being the Berserker's call. He goes down, though, and now Luna, can we see a bash proc? No, we cannot. The passive from Slaughter. Not enough with the bash right there. So he actually gets out on Luna. That's at least good news for Solitude. He could have easily got bashed and dead himself. Only losing Axe through that, but well played again by this Slaughter here. Proven to be a very worthy. Again, these are the first 2 picks by this Radiant side, the Slaughter Lifestealer combination. And it is doing work here, really, for this team. Farming some Ancients, but look at this. Slaughter just charging in full throttle. Kills Shadow Demon right away. Now Solitude. Maybe, you know, that's a saving grace. The fact that he didn't get jumped initially gives him a chance to get out of here now, and he'll be fine. Mickey, meanwhile, Dream Call in the background. They're going for some turn kills. And Slaughter could be one of them. Needs to be careful not to overcommit. That was that Warlock Golem comes down from the skies. They get the kill on Slaughter, but at what cost here? Luna's dead. And now we see Massacre on the run. On that Axe, I don't know if he's getting away from this one, though. The other Titan chasing him down with a Spirit. And he is going to be eventually chased down for the kill right there. And now this should open up the easy Roshan. 2-for-1 exchange. 2 very key targets, though, in favor of the Radiant side. Solitude, they want to stop this Roshan, but it seems so risky at the same time. They do not have a Dream Coil to use. They do have Veil of Discord now on Puck, so some amp damage coming out. But they actually do keep them from committing to the Roshan kill fully just yet. So they're doing just enough to prevent the Aegis from being actually picked up here. And I think they are going to ultimately scare them off, so not too bad for Solitudes once again. As they hold off long enough. Slaughter, once again, has Lifestealer inside. It's just action around this Roshan pit for the last 5 minutes or so. Neither team got in the top and the middle lane is basically vacant here at this point. People keep hearing Aluna. I swear I'm saying Luna. It's just I am so used to saying Aluna that, you know, it might be just coming out like maybe I am saying Aluna without even meaning to, but Luna. Luna with the Eclipse. Doing my best, darn it. Winter Wyvern. Gotta get that 4-staff finished.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
Dragonite will just pound away at the tower meanwhile. As the Assault Curious being finished here. As well, going to be another huge item to have.
Dire's bottom tower is
And
under
that will be the
attack.
easy tower kill. That's the 5th tower kill. The last one remaining here at the top lane already has some damage on it. Again, Roshan does remain alive for the time being, but
Radiant's top tower
gotta
is
figure
under
it's just
attack.
a matter of time before that happens. 2,100 gold on Luna here. On Luna. Now you got me thinking too much, damn it. But yeah, the Manta style. Wouldn't be surprised to see that. Of course, Lifestealer. Oh, they want to try to go for a pick, but man, with that rage, it makes it so difficult for Puck to provide some good damage. And there's also Slaughter nearby. Don't do it, solid dudes. Don't do it. Okay, he's going to smart Slaughter. He goes in for the kill. Jinko comes in the silence. Is it enough? Yes, it is enough. The Eclipse comes out from Luna, and they secure the kill. And actually, Slaughter now in trouble. Wow, the burst was real. I didn't know if it was going to be enough damage, but I guess it was. Axe, meanwhile, coming in. The Battle Hunger applied. Blink Dagger in 1 second. He's trying to chase. It's not going to happen, though. Needs to be careful not to commit too much. They got the solid kill in Lifestealer. Don't throw more. So they'll fall back. Back to farm we go. Well played. Even with Slaughter nearby, they managed to get the quick pick. Buck showing off his damage potential for sure. And the Eclipse, I think, got some decent balances itself. Shadow Demon, meanwhile. Oh boy, that bash proc. He might escape still. 4-staff away. He's probably still dead. Maybe not, actually. Okay, no, he's going to be fine, actually. He gets out of range of the stomp, and he will live. Well played by Insania right there. I'll keep his teammate alive. He could have used the Colt Embrace on him to try to help keep him alive, too, but of course that would have immobilized him and maybe made things worse. So good job not panicking right there, like I probably would have. That's the reason why he's playing and I'm casting. You got another 1,700 gold now saved up on Puck, so his impact can continue to be stronger here. Oh, there we go again. And a smoke this time on 4 heroes. Include the Lifestealer inside. They're going to go hunting. Winter Wyvern, he's going to be the first target they see. Oh, he misses the crush, though. He pops a Cold Embrace on himself. I think he's still dead, though. That's unfortunate. Unless he 4-steps over the ledge and starts to get away. The Arctic Burn, he's trying to run. Keep on the ledge right here. He has support kind of coming. Not really. I mean, Axe is running in, but there we finally go. Damn, did he do a good job of living for a good 10, 15 seconds right there. But I don't know. Solid Dudes, I was watching them on the mini-map. They were running towards the top lane. I think it was probably mixed calls going on. It was a mix of like, oh, he's dead, leave him, or, you know, we should save him, and they weren't sure. Axe started running over. The rest of the team wasn't. If they all started jetting over as soon as he started saving himself, then maybe they turn that fight and something big happens. But they kind of get caught in between. He ends up dying. They don't really get a whole lot out of it. They're kind of just almost lost here at the top lane, it feels like. Meanwhile, Roshan yet again being attempted. Do they have any TPs? They do got TPs, but they're not porting back. This is going to be a free Roshan kill in the end, so that sets up a free Roshan. And there's the Aegis now on Lifestealer. So he did get the Desolator, by the way, too. As he joins Slaughter to go to the top lane.
Radiant's middle tower
Luna, Manta style finish, another 2,000 gold saved up. I wonder if this feels like something like a butterfly game for her. The evasion seems like it could be pretty solid against the likes of Lifestealer and Dragonite. But, of course, then the obvious MKB could be purchased, and I guess just kind of takes away the usefulness of it. When you're behind, maybe it isn't the better item to have. The stats are nice for the illusions. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see which direction Luna goes here. Axe is chilling nearby. He does have the blade mail now finished, so he's really got his core taken care of here. But outside of Luna, they don't really have the most physical presence. It really is all on her to, be that threat as far as the game progresses. Obviously, Mickey, he's got a gem now. That's solid to have. The ultimate orb on top of that. Wonder if it's going to be a scythe here in the works. When Winter Wyvern uses the Arctic or the Winter Curse on somebody, does that mean then like the Aura of Elder Titan goes against his team? I'll find out the answer in 2 minutes from now. Find out next time on the broadcast. I assume it doesn't. I assume like auras don't change, it's just simply attacks just become hostile, right?
Dire's top tower is under
It doesn't
attack.
explain that in the ability, does it?
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, it just seems like it makes them attack him and nothing more, so it's not like they mind control the hero as a whole.
Dire's top tower
That would
has
be
fallen.
really strong. Just take over the natural order right here. All right, here we go, top push though. There's the dragon form. Luna, 3,600 gold saved up, so he's sitting on quite a bit of gold here. More than enough for a buyback, obviously.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Oh, the
attack.
blink in from Patos, though, gets the jump onto Luna, but out comes a Cold Embrace. Axo, he's dropping low, has that blade mail up. Dream Call catches only a couple. Not nearly enough, however. Earthspin in the back of the Massacre, he got the kill onto Slaughter. Meanwhile, Puck is trying to stay alive. That Eclipse bouncing around from Solitude right here. They did pick off Lifestealer, who's going to come back up with the Aegis, of course. Puck, though, does get picked off in the background. Dragonite with that dragon form looking strong. There's a buyback, though, on a Puck. And Axe is ready to go back in with that Cold Link Blade ready to go. Not going to get a catch, though, so the buyback is the cue to get back right there. Overall, a pretty good hold, though. Only suffering a buyback on a Puck, not the worst thing in the world if you're solid dudes here. As they did get 2 kills themselves, including the Aegis use, as well as Slaughter. You see kind of the little bit of shift right there. Again, the net worth, it's kind of just been dipping up and down slightly around that 5,000 mark. A little bit less even for the experience here. So now Luna should be able to get her next tier item. Looks like, okay, she went the Dragonlance here. A little bit later on Dragonlance pickup. There's a Blink Dagger on Dragonite. I believe we had that in the last fight, but make a point of it now. They're pinging him down here. Can Axe catch him? Not going to go for it. Did have that dragon form as well, and he's near that tower, so not worth the risk. Not confident they can burst him down fast enough. Shadow Demon, a lot of pings coming out, but they're going to go further. They want to go for Mickey. Now they switch Shadow Demon. When he puts himself under, going to be stomped immediately, though, and he goes down. The Infest comes out. There's the Winter's Curse, however, but the Rage is up, so I don't think it affects him right there. Slaughter, meanwhile, trying to run away. Puck in the midst of it with the Silence. They get the kill to Lifestealer, and Slaughter as well. The Dream Call catches Warlock. Can they take him out as well? No, they cannot, but the 2 kills for the 1 Shadow Demon. They'll take that every single day of the week. If you're solid dudes here. Beautiful turn. You could tell at the last second, the Radiant side right there, the Slaughter was like, crap, maybe we should have gone for Puck. They just kind of panicked, though. They went for the target of Shadow Demon, who ended up putting himself under and buying some time to react for solid dudes right there. So well played. And a big 2-for-1 for them. A vote to pause coming out. Talk some strats here, I'm sure, if you're solid dudes. But you see Mickey now, yeah, that is the makings of a scythe, right? Let's go ahead and double check just to be certain. Yes, it is. So just needs that Mystic Staff now, and he'll be good to go there. That's very good lockdown to be had. I mean, when it comes to stuns, they don't necessarily have a lot here. The traditional stuns especially on the Solid Dude side. You got some mini stuns mixed in with some things like a Berserker's Call, as well as, I guess, a Winter Wyvern ultimate, but having a Scythe will be beneficial for that. Catching something like the Dragon Knight before he gets that Dragon form off even, or Slaughter perhaps. Or, of course, that Lifestealer. Again, just got that Basher as he dies right there. Looks like things are ready to resume action. Assault Curios has been picked up by Dragon Knight. Saw that being worked on earlier. Did that with the Blink Dagger and the Armlet. There's a Vanguard now picked up by Massacre, tanking up a bit more.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Here we go with the split now. Solitude. How much gold does he have? I'm trying to click on the real one. 3,900 gold.
Radiant's
He has
bottom
enough.
tower has
I
fallen.
wonder if he's going to be going the BKB. It is 3,900, right? Or is it different here? BKB, 3,975, so just about there, but is this a BKB game? Let's see. Yeah. BKB could be decent here. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for it. Nice Crimson Guard pickup, by the way, on Axe. That's good to see for Solid Dudes over here. I think it's one of those tough call kind of games. I don't know if BKB is necessary, but at the same time, it would be beneficial. There's still going to be a lot of damage happening to you, though, between Lifestealer and Dragon Knight, and Slaughter, for that matter, through the BKB, so they're really even worth it. Winter Wyvern getting the full Solar Crest here. I feel like that's an item we see too often, but again, speaking of that physical synergy we got coming out, not too bad to have. Makes sense, actually, that with the Crimson Guard, some nice protective items. 5,100 gold now on Luna. Look at this Smoke Ink attempt here, meanwhile. By the Radiant, they're hunting around. They're going to run into Luna. Uh-oh. Oh, he tries to TP out. He gets caught on the blink from Massacre, as well as the Berserker's Call. Going to keep Luna alive for the time being. Will it be enough? No, it will not. He gets taken out. The Earth Spitter is well coming through just in case, but they take out Axe as well. And a 2-for-0. Beautiful Smoke Ink from the Radiant side right here. Buyback is on Luna, not on Axe. Okay, now he has enough, actually. He just got enough gold, I'm pretty sure, for that buyback. There's the Lincolns actually finished on Puck. Interesting. Really? He chooses to go Lincolns over Scythe. What is Lincolns doing for him here? I guess Dragon Knight?
Dire's top tower
Is that really late? That's like one of the only... Because it's one of those cases they really don't have a lot of single target. They got the amp damage, of course, from Slaughter, but Lincoln's First seems a little odd to me. I feel like Scythe would have been pretty powerful here, too. Oh, there's a stun initiation on to Winter Wyvern, by the way. Disruption onto him, though, trying to keep him alive for the time being. He's going to Cold Embrace. He will be fine for now. Does have that Witch's Curse, going to get it off in a good spot. No, he cannot. He gets taken out. He does not have a buyback, actually. Luna up in 5 seconds. Has not bought back. Here comes Massacre. He jumps in with the Berserker's Call on a Dragon Knight, but now he has a Crimson Guard up. He's taking a lot of damage, however, put under by Shadow Demon. Mickey running back into the fight. Lucerio up through. Down goes Axe, though. Luna joining the fight with the flank, the Eclipse, but there's so many targets. That was a greedy Eclipse right there. I do not know what he was thinking. In comes the buyback from Solitude. Mickey jumps in. Will throw them off from committing to the middle lane here. The buyback onto Luna as well, but that was not a good fight for Solid Dudes. The opposite for the Radiant side here. Beautiful for them, meanwhile. And then on top of that, again, you have Luna sitting on now a quarterstaff, and she had over, I want to say she had upwards of 6,000 gold even at a point. That's just one less item that she had in her inventory to maybe do some damage right there. Hooded Defiance now picked up on Warlock on the other side of things. So they too are getting some nice aura heavy items. Guardian Greaves to assist with that idea. Guardian Greaves to go with the Tranquil Boots. One for each shoe. One for each foot even. Things are not looking good. Another case of they were slowly climbing back in, and then all of a sudden this dip here going right back up in favor of the Radiant side. The experience, they even had a slight advantage here for a little bit of this game before going back in favor of them. I'm not saying Scythe would have been completely a game changer here. I'm sure there's good reason for the Lincolns in their mind, but again, I don't know. It just feels like it was not the choice here. It's a very defensive mindset when you are trying to play from behind here. And here we go with Roshan. He just melts with this makeup. There's another Aegis pickup. On to the Lifestealer. Another 4,000 gold saved up on Luna here. And I understand, now he can't even buy back though at this point, right? Because he's dead, 4.5 minutes. So I really hope the next time they fight he has his next tier item, whatever it is. A quarterstaff. I mean, that turns into Butterfly, right? Or it's going to be that, okay. Unless he's building Oblivion Staff and anything. Orchid, definitely not that, so it's not going to be an Echo Saber either. So, yeah, it is going to be a Butterfly here, but again, hopefully for their sake, he gets it before another fight breaks out, which could be in the near future now with that Aegis on a Lifestealer. He's going to go to the secret shop and get it here. I guess he can't really yet. He doesn't have the other component on him, so now he's going to port back instead. Okay, there is the Butterfly Purchase, so he does have it now. So you just need a little bit more gold for it, misjudging how much he actually had right there. All right, so he has a Butterfly going into another fight here. Evasion, the armor that it can bring, obviously the agility and the damage itself. Again, there are no MKBs just yet on the other side. And so far, not really being made on between Lifestealer or Dragonite. I think that Butterfly could prove to actually do a little bit of work here. For at least a little bit. You got this Radiant side being very patient, though. And these best of ones, especially with these open qualifiers, you really just want to not do your best impression of 3-2-2 here. So they're taking their time, and I've got to say I've been fairly impressed with their play here, as far as being very patient and waiting for the prime spots. Another pause coming out. I feel like we've had several this game. Looks like this one's on the other side. That DC on Slardar. Oh, we're going to see a Lifestealer actually in a second. Okay, her Heaven's Halberd? No, that doesn't make it Heaven's Halberd, so that has to be a Butterfly, yeah. He's going to Butterfly himself? That's kind of curious. Well, Evasion as well, though. I wonder if he wasn't expecting Luna to get a Wingbow pickup herself. Did I just say that? Totally meant Butterfly. He's like Eastern Euro, his internet. Nice. I don't want to say this is going to be a last hold here chance for the Radiant side, but, or excuse me, for Solitude here. But this is going to definitely really give us a great idea of where this game may end up now. See over 10,000 net worth lead, 7,500 experience lead in favor of the Radiant. How many fantasy points do they have? That's important. Dang, Shadow Demon. 23 fantasy points. How does he have so many fantasy points? What is how is that even determined? How is Seal Kid such a boss? A lot of good discussion going on in the chat, I see. From different heroes that would have been better draft heroes to item pickups and whatnot. Some disagreements, some agreements. Yeah, I do agree there. Puck's not necessarily the biggest threat for them. I think they're getting tanky enough to where it's not really that big of a deal. They also have the Hood of Defiance onto Warlock here. Yeah, the Winter's Curse has also not necessarily been had the ability to be used too much this game. I think we've only seen it once actually even used, and that was up here as they were pushing into the base. Did some work, but hasn't necessarily been able to get off a big Winter's Curse here. So it's had some good cold embraces. So again, guys, coming from casting the European qualifiers earlier today, at least a bit of it. Now jumping into the North American, or I guess it's more the American. I keep saying North American. It's technically the American qualifier, which is really the Europe 2.5 qualifiers. Let's be honest. This is kind of an example of that right here. I believe actually both these teams, from my understanding, might be. I think this team on the Radiant side might be a mix of Europe and American, if I'm not mistaken. So. They're kind of a half and half team. But Solid Dudes, I know for a fact, is all European, of course, as are several other teams. Let's take a look at the other matches, actually, while we're in this pause. Might as well. Let's see, Soggy Mitts versus Zephyr Dota. This is that, this is Kai P here. 21-9. Oh, jeez. I think Soggy Mitts is running into a wall here. Broodmothers versus Flipside. This is the American qualifiers. Coming at you. That seems like a pretty even game. Got this one here. Looks like Vivo Fibra Keyed Stars. It's looking pretty good in that match against the Dire side. So take a look at the Wikipedia brackets. Probably have some updates there. So Power Rangers defeated Not Today. Hard Question beat Virus Nirvana. Elements Pro beat RN Sunshine. And Evernovas beat Jebaited. So I believe Jebaited was a team with Wagamon on it and his crew over there. So, but Evernovas takes care of business there. That's Snake King, way too sexy. That crew over there. So they advance on to the next round, awaiting their opponents. Looks like all the matches are still waiting for their next opponents. Actually, yeah, they're all waiting for their opponents. So the quarterfinals, none of the quarterfinal matches can even start yet because they're all still waiting for these to be done. It's kind of fun. Oh, here's the finals. Heyo. Who was that? Ice Sidewalk. Welcome to the CB Kappa's Ice Sidewalk. You're awesome. You're fucking awesome. Don't let anyone else tell you differently. God damn it. Thank you so much, Ice Sidewalk, for the subscription right there. So, when I'm on my quote-unquote serious casting, I don't have the pop-ups happening. So, thank you, though, for the subscription. I really do appreciate it with that Twitch Prime subscription. All the support is welcome, guys. I'm doing my best to be a full-time streamer and caster here of esports, especially Dota 2. Any support is much appreciated. All right. Still waiting on this sorter. Imperial is winning 1-0 in their match. Okay, so that's game 2. Yeah, that makes sense. So Imperial won the first game, it looks like. Thanks for the update, Rotnam. Looks like Zephyr Dota trying to finish the job here. You can watch the minimap cast. I'm using this for the brackets, guys. The Liquipedia link I just put in chat. So feel free to go to that if you like. God, this match could be a while. Any special heroes in this game? I really like Disruptor, man. I want to see more Disruptor. The Glimpse ability itself is just so fun. They are going up against... But he does seem like kind of that niche pick against heroes like a Wisp. Or something like a Coddle, you could even say, I guess, or whatever, so... wait, what just happened? Oh, there it is. Silence obviously has potential to be really strong. Doo-Wop is favorites. Yeah, Doo-Wop, that would be... they're going by Zephyr Dota over here. I love how they're just using random names. No, wait, Doo-Wop is not them. Doo-Wop is Evernova's, right? Yeah, they're known by Evernova's on the brackets, but Doo-Wop, I was told that, yeah, that's their actual name. Yeah, they're the ones that beat Waga's team there in the round of 16 that was. That just happened, so. Well, this is one of those awkward times where, you know, one team's in a pretty good spot, in this case, this Radiant side. Unfortunately, they have a DC, though, and here we are sitting in a pause 10 minutes later, waiting for something to happen. So kind of hope that he just comes back and then it's going to be good to go, or else we could be having a little bit of a drama of sorts here. I'm not sure, obviously, too familiar on the rules here. What necessarily they are as far as how long he actually has to come back. Again, it's a case if you're solid, dude, it's like if the rules state that you can resume the game, then I would. I mean, it's not their fault he's DC'd, and you have a tournament to worry about as well as it being it's pretty late in the night already for a lot of these guys. So, yeah, see, trying to make sure, because I mean, I figure now they put this on themselves. I get that. You're a European team playing in an American qualifier. So to kind of bring up the time zone issue and bring up it being late for these guys, I don't think it's fair. So I really can't be saying that. But I guess I'm kind of just trying to think of their mentality and what I would maybe be thinking if I was in their shoes, kind of deal. So 10 minutes, he says. Okay. But yeah, I mean, knowing Insania especially, he is a very good guy. Knowing him, he's going to give him a little bit more time, if anything, but eventually it's going to come to a point where it's like, well, we kind of have to play here. So let's get those microwing skills going, and somebody play Slardar with their own hero. Let's do it. But yeah, hopefully, for everyone's sake, he just comes back and we can resume the game normally. I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in. God, I got like 200 plus followers today. It's awesome to see, guys. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast here. And be sure to not only follow my channel, but me on social media, as far as Facebook as well as Twitter, of course. And, you know, again, I'm here on the Dota 2 scene and casting some Dota 2. And this is what I consider to be my full-time gig at this point, as being a full-time caster and a streamer. Doing my best to make it happen here in the scene. So I really do appreciate all the support I'm getting here. Guessing some of these open qualifiers, getting the chance. I do post any matches that I do cast, so including the matches today from these qualifiers, I do post on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/breakycpk. I believe that's what it is, actually. Does that even work? Let me double check that. Hey, look at that. It does work. Good. Oh, and I also posted my daily recap there, so you can check that out if you haven't yet. The European region. Well, I guess technically kind of not, depending on how you look at it. Of course, European 1.5 happening later on tonight, a.k.a. the North American region there. So, anyways, the oh, Breaky. Oh, you. Wait another 2 minutes, then we gotta go. Yeah, that's completely understandable. Like I said, it's not their fault that he's DC'd. And for the tournament's sake too. Obviously, for all the teams, you can't just wait around forever. So, gonna be resuming in a couple minutes here. May have to play 4v5. Now again, they do got the. I'm sure they have some kind of microing skills. One of these support players, the Elder Titan or the Warlock even, will be looking to take control and do some work with them, but it will hinder them slightly for sure as far as their lead that they have now. But they do have a pretty comfortable one as they are again making the push here in the middle lane. So Lifestealer again with that Aegis talked about that he has here moving into the middle. Just keeping a tab on these other games. Soggy Mitts has actually gotten some kills. Maybe Soggy Mitts still has hope in this game. It's hard to tell just from the screen, but it was like 27 to 7 like 5 minutes ago, I felt like. What the hell was that, by the way? Oh, that was this. All right, looks like we're good. Okay, back to the game we go. Here we go on the initiation in the middle lane. Silence on a Dragonite. He's at half-life currently. There's Slaughter in the background. He's like, I don't even need to be here. Lifestealer jumping aside with him as well. Out comes the Warlock calling the sprint damage for the Fatal Bonds. And oh my god, they just die at the same time. The buyback from Axe right there. But what coordination coming out from the Radiant side. Slaughter did get picked off, but they completely wiped them up. Another buyback from Puck, but that could possibly do it. We wait 15 minutes of a pause to just simply see the Radiant side come through and crush again. Knowing where the spot they were in and everything, and still with Slaughter DCing, not as big of a deal maybe as some may have thought. They just clean up Solid Dude. So, Solid Dude not going to throw in the towel just yet, but I think they're also going to be losing the bottom instead of racks here, and that means Mega Creeps. And they may just let it end the old natural way with that said. But it looks like it's going to be a victory for this Radiant side right here. They're going by the name of, I keep forgetting. They're going by the name of, now apparently their European Story. I swear, it keeps changing. Some of these teams, man. European Story is going to be victorious over Solid Dudes here, it looks like. See Solid Dude fighting to the last breath right here, but the Ancient, it's in trouble. As Lifestealer sitting on top of it. He has the Aegis, so even if he falls right here, not a big deal, of course. In fact, he almost wants to die right here. I see the buyback on a Dragonite, and he comes right back in, but it is going to be official. As European Story will move on and face Power Rangers in the next round here of the American Qualifiers. So it's kind of fun how it just happened like that, right? We're coming out of the pause, and just like that, it is a victory. So now it's a little curious for them, knowing that they got another matchup now right away, how they're they got, I guess, 15 minutes technically before they need their fifth to be there. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. But anyways, that is going to do it for this game. Solid dudes again, fall just short, and the bias side of me is like, damn it, I was hoping for more out of them, advancing further, but it is not to be. Again, there's a lot of just overall tough competition, though, in the Dota 2 scene, that is for sure. And this is still a very young team here in Solid Dude, so I'm confident that they're going to stick together and definitely keep grinding throughout the next couple of months here, next year even, and many events to come, and sure enough, soon enough, be a team to reckon with. But for now, they are cut short here in the American qualifiers. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this game here. And thank you guys for tuning into this one. I'm going to take a short break with here. I think I'll at least do one more game, though. Let's take a look at the brackets here and see which one might be worth casting. I'm going to honestly go with Wapdash. Not Wapdash. Wow, that's not what I meant to say. Do-Wop. Do-Wop versus